Hi children, wishing you all a warm day. I hope you are ready with your English reader and a pencil to jot down the running notes. And I believe that all might have read the lesson The Gift of the Magi from point number 1 to 17, and also keep reading lesson 1, Wrong Man in Workers' Paradise too. Okay, now a short recap of yesterday's class. It was a Christmas Eve. Della wanted to buy a beautiful present for her husband Jim. Della saved $1.87 by bargaining with the grocer, vegetable man and the butcher. The most prized possession of Jim was his gold watch, which was given to him by his father and from his grandfather. Della's most precious possession was her long, thick, luxuriant hair. The amount that Della had was not enough to buy a beautiful present for her loving husband Jim. So she decided to sell her hair to Madame Sofronie. She got $20 for her hair from Madame Sofronie. So this is what we have seen in yesterday's class. Now the gift of the Magi, the second part we are going to see. Now let us start with the explanation of the lesson from point 18. So today we are going to cover up from point number 18 to 27. So give it to me quick, said Della. Oh, and the next 2 hours tripped by on rosy wings. Forget the hashed metaphor. She was ransacking the stores for Jim's present. So here the next 2 hours moved fast. Here like the figure of speech applied here is personification. 2 hours tripped. So the figure of speech is personification. The meaning for tripped, move, walk or run with quick light steps. So here time is personified. The moment of time is considered as the movement of a person. And the second line, ransack. She was ransacking the stores for Jim's present. Ransack means search. So, rosy wings, it's a metaphor. The figure of speech implied here is metaphor. Rosy means soft and tender. Wings, it refers to birds. Time flies swiftly like a bird which is in search of its prey. Likewise, here Della moved fast to many stores in search of the best present for her Jim. So this is the explanation for point number 18. Now 19. She found it at last. It surely had been made for Jim and no one else. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and she had turned all of them inside out. So the explanation, at last she found the present and was sure that it was made specially for Jim alone. In none of the shop Della found such a thing, because all the shops she had seen totally and thoroughly. It was a platinum fob chain, simple and chaste in design, properly proclaiming its value by substance alone and not by meretricious ornamentation, as all good things should do. It was even worthy of the watch. As soon as she saw it, she knew that it must be Jim's. It was like him. So the chain what she bought was a platinum fob chain, which was very simple, modest and decent in design, and it had its own value. So meretricious means a superficial outward attraction. So the platinum fob chain, it had its own value and not any superficial outward attraction, as all good things has its own value. Platinum too is a metal which has its own value. So Della felt that the fob chain was equal to Jim's gold watch. As soon as she saw the platinum fob chain, she felt that it should be owned by Jim because it was something unique. It was like calm, quiet like Jim for her. So platinum fob chain is very precious and valuable, but outwardly it looks very simple. Next, in the reader, quietness and value. The description applied to both. $21 they took from her for it, and she hurried home with the 87 cents. With that chain on his watch, Jim might be properly anxious about the time in any company. Grand as the watch was, he sometimes looked at it on the sly on account of the old leather strap that he used in place of a chain. So quietness and value goes for both Jim and platinum fob chain. Both were simple and decent and were precious too. And she paid $21 and bought it, and she hurried home. She had $21.87 after selling her hair. I hope you remember that. Now with the platinum fob chain and 87 cents, she reached home. And the watch, it was a unique, an antique piece and a grand one, but instead of a chain, it had leather straps which were shabby and worn out. So Jim did not openly display the watch. But now she felt with that the platinum fob chain, Jim might be very anxious and curious to know the time in any company. On the sly means secretly. Okay, now coming to the 20th point. When Della reached home, her intoxication gave way a little to prudence and reason. She got out her curling irons and lighted the gas and went to work repairing the ravages made by generosity added to love, which is always a tremendous task, dear friends, a mammoth task. So at last, so when Della reached home, her intoxication means excitement, gave way, disappeared a little, and she became a little prudence and reason. Means she became a bit sensible and cautious. And prudence and reason means for having taken such a good decision. What decision she has taken? A good judgment to get her hair cut to express her love to Jim. So she reached home and her excitement disappeared a little, and she became a little sensible and cautious about the judgment or the decision what she had taken. She took the curling irons. Curling irons mean an instrument which is used to curl the hair. And she lighted the gas and started to set the ravage. Ravage means damage. Here it means the destroyed or the ruined hair, or the she had her hair cut. No, that. So which she had generously sacrificed to express her love to Jim. It was really a very big, a huge task, because for women, hair adds more to their beauty, and she was ready to sacrifice that to express her love to her lovable husband Jim. So now point number 21. Within 14 minutes, her head was covered with tiny close-lying curls that made her look wonderfully like a truant schoolboy. She looked at her reflection in the mirror long, carefully and critically. So after her haircut, She looked like a truant schoolboy. What is the meaning of truant schoolboy? It means a boy who bunks the school or who does not go to school without permission. She looked at her carefully for a long time and expresses negative comments on her. 22 point. If Jim doesn't kill me, she said to herself, before he takes a second look at me, he'll say I look like a Coney Island chorus girl. But what could I do? Oh, what could I do with $1.87? So Della told to herself that before taking a second look at her, Jim should not, or he does not kill her. And she added to that he would surely tell her that she looked like a Coney Island chorus girl. So Coney Island means, what is that? Coney Island is a famous entertainment place on Long Island in New York. And what is the meaning of chorus girl? A girl who dances or sings in a musical comedy. So here he would tell her, she felt that he would tell her that she looked like a girl who entertains people by singing and dancing. But what she could do, she can't do anything. What she could do, she could not do anything with that small amount of money, that is $1.87. Next, point number 23. At 7 o'clock, the coffee was made and the frying pan was on the back of the stove, hot and ready to cook the chops. At 7, coffee was ready and the frying pan was on the stove to cook the chops. Point 24. Jim was never late. Della doubled the fob chain in her hand and sat on the corner of the table near the door that he always entered. Then she heard his step on the stair away down on the first flight. First flight means staircase. And she turned white for just a moment. So Jim was punctual. Sharp at 7 he used to come. So Della awaited at the entrance of the door through which Jim enters. She had the fob chain folded in her palm. She heard him climbing the stairs. She became pale and dull for just a moment. She had a habit of saying little silent prayers about the simplest everyday things, and now she whispered, "Please God, make him think I'm still pretty." So she had a habit of saying a silent prayer even for the simplest things. So she did the same and she prayed and pleaded God to make him think that she still looked pretty. Point number 25. The door opened and Jim stepped in and closed it. He looked thin and very serious. Poor fellow. He was only 22 and to be burdened with a family. He needed a new overcoat and he was without gloves. So Jim entered. He was a thin and a very serious kind of a person because at the age of 22 itself he had much responsibilities. He had to take care of a family. So he had much responsibilities and he was unable to own a new overcoat for himself and even a gloves. So this shows his poverty. Point number 26. Jim stopped inside the door as immobile as a setter at the scent of a quail. His eyes were fixed upon Della. So setter means a trained dog which remains motionless without any movement at the smell of a small bird before hunting it. And quail is a small bird. So Jim stepped inside the house and his eyes were fixed on Della. And there was an expression in them that she could not read, and it terrified her. It was not anger, nor surprise, nor disapproval, nor horror, nor any of the sentiments that she had been prepared for. He simply stared at her fixedly with that peculiar expression on his face. So, he stared at her with a strange kind of expression on his face. She was frightened to see that because she was unable to understand his expression. She expected some emotional feelings or some other kind of expressions like anger, surprise, non-acceptance or horror. But it was neither of them what she expected. And point number 27. Della wriggled off the table and went for him. So with short, quick movements or steps and a twist and a turn, Della went near to Jim. And here the writer compares Jim staring or gazing at Della to a trained dog that remains motionless at the smell of a small bird before hunting it. Alright children, for today's class we are winding it up. Read the lesson from point number 1 to 27. Learn the synonyms from the reader, page number 38. Hashed, mixed, ransack, search, on the sly, secret, ravage, ruin or wreck. These are important, all these four. And then learn the, like last class also I have told you to learn few synonyms, and now 4 more added to that, and learn the antonyms from your guide. And for home assignment, read the lesson daily. Don't forget 1 to point number 27. Learn 10 to 13 question answers. Already 1 to 9. Yesterday it is over. Today 10 to 13 question answer. And in your classwork already you have written 5 question answer. Added to that today's homework, write question numbers 10 and 11. Okay. Thank you.